So this is a Bailey Unicorn Pamplona. I'm going to take you around the outside and show you where everything is on the outside. We'll demonstrate the hookup while you're here in person, and then we'll take you through the inside and show you how that operates in the video. Front of the van, you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake and your ATC. Like I said, we'll demonstrate that while you're here on site. Coming down the side of the caravan, you've got your water pump connection going into the side of the van, so you need to push the pump in and then lock the cap down for the pump to work, and then release it when you're done with the caravan by just lifting up the cap and taking the pump out. The actual pipe itself will drop down inside the act roll, as you can see, and I'll show you how to fill the system once we go inside the van. Also, one thing I did forget to show you as we went past was the wind down legs. So either side of the caravan at the front, we've got the wind down legs to stabilise the van. There'll be a leg winder inside the caravan, and that will allow you to put the legs down. You wouldn't lift the caravan with those legs, they're only there for stabilising the van while it's on site. Got the Aldi heating and hot water flue. The Aldi heating and hot water flue is very much the same as what you have on the side of your house, so your heating flue. You don't cover this up at all, you leave it open at all times. Next up, on the side of the van, you have your gas locker. So you've got your gas bottle in the side there. On top of the bottle, you have gas open and gas closed. So essentially gas open is gas on and gas closed is gas off. The pipe work that goes into the front of the bottle is a reverse thread fitment. So you need to turn it the opposite way to a standard bottle, for instance, to release the fitment. On the side of the van, you have the regulator for the gas system. Again, you don't need to do anything with this. It is just there to regulate the gas system, and it does as it needs to do. We'll torque the wheel nuts while you're here on site, so you can see they've been tightened correctly, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover again, so you can see that operates as it should. Coming down the side of the caravan, you have the toilet flush tank just here. You'll open this up and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. So you put the key in, open it up, and in the back of there you'll just see a pipe or a funnel essentially that goes down inside the van. You then have the toilet system, or the toilet waste tank. To release it, you pull up the handle at the bottom and pull the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. So like I said, you push that button in to allow the waste to come out a lot more easily out of the cassette. You then have your two grey waste pipes on the side of the caravan. The two grey waste pipes are there to allow the waste water out of the van. So you've got the fresh water that goes in the front, and then the waste water that comes out the side here. You have two bits of grey pipe that go into them larger diameter holes, and then they'll drop down inside the waste master. At the back of the caravan on either side, you've got the wind down legs to stabilise the van while you're on site. Like I said, at the front, you don't lift the caravan with these because it could damage the floor of the van. And the pipe that you see coming down at the back of the van here is just a heating system overflow. Coming down the side of the caravan, you'll see you've got a motor mover power switch, which again, like I said, we'll demonstrate while you're here on site. Behind the door, you'll see the two fridge vents. They are simply there to allow hot air at the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in. Behind the top one, there'll also be a gas flue for when the fridge is running on gas. Coming down to the front of the caravan, you have a 3-pin socket so you can have power out to your awning if you wish to, and then you've got an aerial connection at the bottom, so if you're on site with an aerial, you can connect it straight into the side of the caravan. The locker you see here allows you to access the storage underneath the front seating area. You've then got your mains connection that comes into the side of the van, so you simply push that into place and lock it in. And at the front, you've got a barbecue gas point, so if you wish to use the barbecue, connect it to the side of the van, you can do. At the bottom there, you've also got the last wind down leg as well. Going inside the caravan now. The van's still being cleaned at the moment. So the first thing you're going to do is come to the control panel on the right hand side of the door as you walk in. First switch you see here is the main power switch for the caravan. This operates all of the power inside the van. At the top here, on this graph that you've seen just come up, you've got the battery voltage for the caravan. You've got your interior lights on a main power switch just here. And then you've got your awning light for the outside of the caravan. This switch here is for the water pump, and I'll come back to this in a moment once I've shown you where the drain down valves are and how the water system works. So prior to filling the water system up on board the caravan, you're going to need to come underneath this seat on the front right hand side, and in here you will find down the back of the water tank a yellow valve. That yellow valve needs to be flat with the floor, as it is at the moment, to allow you to fill the water system up. And if it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, all of the water on board the caravan will drain out onto the floor underneath the van. You also have a second water tank on this van down the front, which a lot of people don't use. But to fill this one up, you'd need to have that black valve in the position it's in now. And if you want to drain it, you'd point it to the right, pointing towards the white pipe work. So you just turn that valve and it'll allow that tank to drain down. So I'll show you how to fill that as well in a moment when we come to the control panel for that. You don't have to fill that tank if you don't want to, and you can just fill the hot water tank, which is the one just below the seat here, the silver one underneath the end. So to fill the water system up, you're going to open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. As you can see, I've already filled the system up, but you'll open all them taps up on the hot side, as we've done here. That includes the shower and the sink in the bathroom as well. And then you're going to come over to the control panel on the door here. And to fill the water system up, you're going to turn on the external pump. So you're going to put this switch down, and so the yellow light comes on. At that point, it's going to start drawing water from the aqua roll on the outside of the caravan, and it will allow the water system to fill up. Once you have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan, you'll shut all of the taps back off, and that'll be your water system full. So like I said, once all taps are closed, you can start thinking about warming the water up. However, I'm just going to quickly show you how to fill the onboard water tank up, which is the big black tank that's down in the front of the van here. Instead of putting this switch to external, you'll need to put it to internal. And what that'll do that'll draw the water from the aqua roll into the caravan tank at the front. You would need to have all the taps open again to be able to do that. So you do it in the same way essentially, apart from you'd put the tap to switch to internal here, which will fill that onboard water tank up. Like I said, you don't have to use that tank if you don't want to. It is just there as an optional storage device should you wish to. For ease of operation, I would just recommend you use the external supply straight to the hot water tank. Once that water system is full, you can actually start warming the water on board the caravan. And that's where this black control panel comes in on the far side of the caravan. To turn it on, you'll press the power button just here. The control panel will load up. And at the moment, as you can see, it's telling us the heating pump is running. So that's what this symbol is here for. And on the right hand side, it's telling us we've got mains power coming into the caravan. Below that, you've got the current room temperature, which is 29.5 degrees. To go into your options, you press menu. And at the top here, you'll see your room temperature. So you've got minus or plus to set the room temperature. Not really going to need that on today, so I'll turn that off for now. When it's off, it'll be at 5 degrees. Below that, you've got your options for your hot water. So you've got hot water off when this triangle is empty. You've got hot water on when it's halfway up. And then you've got hot water boost when you're showering on board the caravan when this bar is completely full. Below that, you have your option for the amount of power coming into the caravan. So at the moment, we've got power off. However, if you want the heating and hot water system to work, you'll either need to select 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts. Depending on what site you're on will depend on what you set this power source to. And we do advise you ask the site office when you arrive on your holiday, should you wish or should you need to know what this power setting needs to be set to. On the bottom left hand side of the control panel, you'll see a flame symbol. To get the gas system to ignite, you'll need to hit the gas button just here. And when it does ignite on gas, that green light will stay lit on that control panel. And if it fails to ignite, it will come up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen with 2 exclamation marks either side. To turn the gas supply off, you'll press the gas button just here and it will isolate the gas. The button here turns the air conditioning unit on, and as you can see, that has kicked in just above our heads. But also with the caravan, you have got a remote control for this. Just going to find. Just in the pack here. So you've got the controllers here, you turn it on with the power button. You've then got your modes. So you've got recirculation of the air, so it will just recirculate the air inside of the van. You've got your air conditioning mode, which at the moment is at 30 degrees, but to turn it down, all the way down. I think the lowest setting is 16 degrees, and that will turn the cold air on so the air conditioning starts blowing around the van. You have got auto mode, so it kicks in and out as it needs to, and in the control panel as well, when you slide the front of this down, there is some advanced options, which for these we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan. To turn the heating off, you can either turn it off, the air conditioning off. You can either press the button on the front of the controller here, or you can come back to the control panel on the far side of the van and hit the aircon button, and that will allow the aircon to turn back off. You have got some advanced settings in this control panel also. For these, again, we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan. The microwave is an eco microwave, so you need to hit the eco button just here to get the microwave to wake up. And as you can see, it comes back on, but you would need to do that on each use, as the screen will turn itself off while it is not being used. Behind me, we have the fridge. I'm just going to take you through the operation of the fridge. The fridge is very simple to use. You've got power on. At the moment, it's trying to ignite on gas. If it failed to ignite on gas, it would flash the blue flame here, and it would also flash the red warning triangle on this side. If it fails to ignite, you can press and hold the reset button on the right hand side, which is the fail light, and that will allow the igniter to restart again, and it will try to reignite. 240 mains is on the button just here. So that's when you connect it to mains power on site. If you're on mains or gas, you can control the temperature of the fridge by pressing the thermometer button on the right hand side. If you want to control the freezer temperature, you can press the freezer option just here. And what you'll notice is the lines here, let me press it again. The lines here will go up to the top and then come back down, and the icon here will be blue, which allows you to control the freezer. And again, then you can use the button just here to control the temperature of the freezer. Gas mode, 12 volt mode when you're towing down the road. At the moment that won't allow me to do anything, but when you connect it to the car you're towing with, if you put on the 12 volt mode, it will allow you to use the fridge as a cool box. The freezer will not chill at that point, it will just be the fridge compartment at the bottom here, and it will simply allow the beer and wine to get nice and cold when you arrive on site. Like I said, 240 mode is the one you'll use it on most, I'd imagine, if you're going to mains hookup sites. So that's your fridge. Shower works like your standard household shower. Mix tap on the side there so you can adjust the water flow, etc. Then coming into the bathroom, taps are all the same as household. The radiator that you see here does hold heat for a very long time after it has been turned off, so please bear that in mind. To flush the toilet, you've got a blue button here on the back of the toilet, as you can see. You've got a red light that will light up here when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see. But when you're removing the cassette from underneath the caravan, it needs to be in the central position, as it is at the moment. Then below the toilet, you have your grey waste handle. The grey waste handle needs to be open when you're using the toilet and closed when you are not using the toilet. It also needs to be in the closed position when you are trying to remove the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan. The bed itself pulls out from the bottom here, as you can see, and then the larger section of the mattress there will drop down into fill the back part of that bed. You can access the storage by lifting the bed up also underneath there. And in the cupboard on this rear left hand side of the van, you'll see the Aldi heating and hot water tank, which when it's cold it'll be on the minimum level at the bottom, and as it warms up it'll go up to the maximum. If it ever drops below that, please give us a call and we'll advise you of how to top it up. So this is the Bailey Unicorn Pamplona. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company or ask them during your handover. We thank you for the business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect the caravan. Thank you for now. Bye bye.